Well, hey, small groups, welcome to our second week of this all-in small group study. And I've already been hearing such cool stories about how God's already working in your heart. You feel challenged, and we feel it. We feel that God is already working in the hearts of our people to a place where they can trust Him more and more and more. Now, this past weekend, we learned that Christ is preeminent before all things. Right, that when He is in the right place, everything falls into line. You remember, recall my opening illustration this past weekend was that when the atlas bone of the vertebrae is in the right place, all the other little bones falls into place as well. Well, listen, same thing with Christ. When Christ is in the right place in our lives, in our minds, in our hearts, everything in our lives falls into place, including some hard areas like our finances, like our giving. And so before we dive into God's Word today and just talk about the importance of having Christ in the right place, go ahead and listen to this story of how good and providential our God is.
My name is Pamela Marino. I've been coming to Christ Fellowship for 15 years now. The most spiritually significant moment was one of the worst times in my life, during my divorce, when especially Pastor Rick helped us a lot. So he tried to help us, during the crisis in the marriage and during the whole process. Him and the church were a vital resource for me and my family. So giving is one of the spiritual disciplines that we are in a way mandated to do, but I think through the obedience, it has become one of the greatest blessings. Even during the crisis of the divorce, there was no assurances of nothing. That's when I really learned the concept of trust and obey. I had everybody, like the accountant, tell me, "You cannot give what you don't have," And I'm like, okay, I appreciate your advice. I know where you're coming from, but I listen to a different tune. You don't know, that I cannot afford not to give when things are bad. And that's when God showed up. And He showed up time and time again. In blessings, His presence was so real. And it was such an unbelievable testimony that I really understood that concept, trust and obey. He knows what's going on. He knows what you need before you need it. When I learned to say, okay, I'm not going to ask for anything because whatever you have is better than whatever I can ask for. And He has really. And honestly, I want to be all in, and I will encourage everybody because I don't want people to miss out. If we don't give, if we don't trust Him with everything we have, we are missing out in His abundant blessings. So I think that whatever talents we have, we should put them at His feet. That being all in means not only money, because I don't know, I think sometimes money can be the easy part, so you just have to give and that's it. But your time and your talents, that is more of a challenge sometimes. And I think that those can be as rewarding and maybe more meaningful than just writing a check or giving money. And we really can miss on the opportunities to touch people's lives. And God does use us to plant seeds in people in a way. So I see that there is so much need that I'm very excited that as a church we are committed to advance the kingdom of God. And not for our fame, but for His. We all need each other, and together we are much stronger.